Yo, it's your boy AJ. I'm here with Rage. We about to break down this Lakers Warriors game. Wow. Let's talk about it. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe. You're now tuned in the Hoops World.
Hoops World.
James.
Right here, the king is like, hey, guess what? I'm still the king.
I hit the streets just to get a bag. I pack, he got toe tagged. I punched the nigga for shorty. I'm John Woo with the 40. You not gang nor the homie.
I'm fine,
Don't
I'm
blow
good.
me, no, you don't know me. Gang shit, members only. You wasn't there, I was lonely. You wasn't there, I was lonely. Dog nights, blicky on me. I was just stacking my commas up. Head down, trying to run it up.
Yeah, man. So this game, we were just hoping for a banger, and this was a terrible watch.
Disappointing,
it was
but that Andrew
disappointing.
Wiggins dunk was nice.
Yeah, yeah, that was the highlight of the game. So the Lakers, man, it's like, and I saw somebody on Twitter say this, like, it's been a blowout series. Like one game is the Warriors blowout, one game is the Lakers blowout. Like it's like each team is just blowing each other out. It's crazy. But this first quarter, man, D-Lo, D-Lo, man, D-Lo was insane cooking in the first quarter. 13 quick points in 7 minutes. He was 3 for 4 from three. 5 or 6 from the field. He just came out completely on fire. Like when D'Lo is on fire, he's just really an insane shot maker, man. Like he just can just make a couple shots in a row, and he was cooking in this first quarter. He gave the Lakers a big boost. But what's funny about this first quarter is Klay Thompson went on a run in that same first quarter, late in the first quarter. The Warriors trailed 11-4. They outscored the Lakers 26-12. From that point on in the first quarter, the lead's 30-23. So they withstood D'Lo's cooking. Klay Thompson came back with some cooking, and then they took the lead to 30-23. What was your take on that first quarter with Klay versus D'Lo?
No, D'Lo is like insane. Like
Yeah.
it didn't even make sense. Like in like their first quarter, he like had like all of their points, but like it was smart for like it like what the Warriors were doing because like again they started Jermichael Green, and they were able to expose the Lakers by just shooting threes. And they were able to do that because if they play a drop with Anthony Davis, and in that drop you're going to be able to shoot threes because Anthony Davis isn't coming to close out at all. He just isn't. He's sitting in the paint. It's a drop. So they were able to get threes. Klay Thompson was able to cook, and even with D'Lo going off, it really didn't matter because like the Warriors obviously like it like kept them in the game.
Yeah.
But the Warriors, the Warriors had a bunch of players going off while meanwhile the Lakers only had D'Angelo Russell. So that's how that started.
Yeah, and then also to add on to that point, the first quarter, Bron didn't shoot. Bron was 0-0-0 on the
Bron
first
didn't
quarter.
have I don't think Bron made his first field goal until like 5 minutes.
So
5 minutes left in the second quarter.
Everything was looking terrible for the Lakers. I'm like, imagine if you were a Lakers fan watching this, you were like, oh my God, what's going on? Are we gonna get punched this game? And like you said, like I didn't like how Steve Kerr went away from the Jermichael Green lineup because bringing AD to the perimeter, that was working. AD was in the drop. AD was in drop coverage. Klay and Steph were shooting. I mean, I know they adjusted probably at second half. Like AD came a little bit up, but I think Steve Kerr, and I was texting you about this, bro. Steve Kerr put in Moses Moody. That killed the vibe. I mean, he got that flagrant in the second quarter. Then he kept playing Looney, and to me, I mean, I know Looney is an essential part of the Warriors, but he just was not good. Every time he had the ball, he was bobbling it, he was turning it over. He just looked terrible. So it's like I don't know why he went away from that fast-paced Jermichael Green, Draymond Green kind of flow they had.
And that ended up being a problem throughout the remainder of the game. The Warriors just kept losing the ball, and the Lakers were able to push transition. And when they wouldn't push transition, or even when they were still, it still applies for when they did push transition, they still were able to get to the free throw line. And they were able to get there, and the Warriors couldn't do anything. Like they went, I think the Lakers finished off on a 30-8 run, and obviously later in the game when the game got completely blown open, that it was still like it was another like 20-2 run. I mean, like talk about a game of runs, but it was only the Lakers getting the run because but the Warriors had a run earlier in the game. But like the Lakers runs in the end were different.
Yeah, that 30-8 run in the second quarter, like it was so big for the Lakers because they were down bad in this first quarter. Like I said, Brown didn't score. AD was getting taken advantage in the drop coverage.
It was D'Angelo Russell. That was it.
Yeah, and they came back in the second quarter, the 38 run. It was just really sloppy play by the Warriors in that second quarter. Like I said, the Moses Moody minutes, he got the flagrant. Then there was a bunch of technicals. Draymond got a technical. JaMychal Green got a technical on the bench. It was like they were giving him free points in the second, bro. It was like every time I looked up, it was a technical, and I seen Austin Reeves shooting it or somebody on the Lakers shooting it. Like they were giving the Lakers a bunch of free points just because of these silly turnovers and missed calls, and it was just all just really, really bad in that second quarter for the Warriors, man.
Yeah, and that switched the momentum completely.
Yeah, and going forward, like if you're a Warriors fan and you're watching this game, like what do you have to do better, man? Like what was the reason why like you couldn't take advantage of the Lakers tonight?
Well, it's so rough because it was like everything just completely shifted and nothing was able to go in at all.
Yeah.
You have to get some production out of Jordan Poole. You just have to,
Yeah.
because when obviously Steph still had a good game, but outside of Steph, who was really producing on offense? Yeah, Clay Thompson obviously can, but all of his points were early. Wiggins can, but like he just shoots shots. Like it's just midi.
They shot the Warriors shot 29% from three.
Yeah, they can't. Let me stop you right there.
Yeah,
because they can't shoot 29% from three. As the Warriors, you can't shoot 29%.
Yeah,
because
they live or die by the three.
And they're not gonna push the paint. Why? Because Anthony Davis is in there, and they're not getting anything in the paint. Yeah. They're not gonna do it.
When I look at the team stats, the only thing that jumps out at me is the 3-point percentage for the Warriors, and then the turnovers, 19 turnovers. They were turning over the ball way too much in this game. But like you said, I just think first of all, you got to keep going small. I think that going small with JaMychal Green, I think you should keep doing that, and because it was working and taking advantage of AD in that drop coverage. I think the Warriors should stick to that. I mean, we know Steph and Clay are going to shoot better probably in the next game. They're not going to shoot this bad again. And I think Draymond got into foul trouble too, so that kind of hurt him too.
The only problem is that with the thing is, like, if AD actually plays like Anthony Davis, the Lakers can take advantage of their small ball as well.
Yeah.
But threes are more than twos.
Yeah. So, do you think the Warriors should double AD? Is that the thing? Like they should double AD? Because I didn't see they were really doubling AD like that. I mean, they were just because they're letting
you can't just let him cook. Like you gotta just send to him. Like if he's like kind of like in a corner, like he just kind of like on an elbow. That's when you can double a little bit. Like
because they were leaving what's his name wide open in the three. What's his name? I forgot his name now.
Vando,
yeah. They were leaving Vanderbilt wide open in the quarter. LeBron too. They were playing off LeBron. So it's like if you're not gonna play off these guys, you might as well double AD. You know what I'm saying? You might as well double AD and because they want to. I guess the Warriors' kind of game plan is they want to see if the Lakers can really shoot like that from three because they're not like the best 3-point shooting team in the NBA. They're not. We know
that's why you go after AD, especially because because if you have JaMychal Green in there and that's your biggest guy, like obviously you still have like Draymond, but like still, like it's still Anthony Davis. You know, it's still Anthony Davis, and he's gonna get his, especially like, so it's like you might as well do it, and they have to have a low 3-point percentage. Like obviously sometimes they'll randomly go off like D'Angelo Russell.
Yeah.
That'll just happen, but usually they're not going to hit all of their 3-pointers. You might as well throw a body at AD because if AD plays bad, they're not winning the game. They're never going to have a game where AD plays like poop and they win. It's not going to happen. I don't think so.
This team it's a win or lose with AD because thank God for Rob Pelinka, bro, what he did for this team because this team is really deep now. So it's like Bron can have a game like this and not really be. I mean, he made some plays in the third quarter, but he wasn't like the Bron we usually see. He was kind of mid. So it's like to have Bron be at this level and then the whole team blow out the Golden State Warriors by 25, 30. It's like this team is different than the other Lakers team because in the past, Bron wouldn't be able to play like this and them sustaining this amount of intensity and win games like this in the playoffs. But Anthony, going forward, I'm going to say one last thing on Anthony Davis. He was incredible in the third quarter. The defense was incredible. He was blocking shots, he was getting deflections, and then he was dominating the paint. He was the AD that we all see AD, the all day AD, like superstar AD. But the thing is, like for Lakers fans, what you don't know what AD you're gonna get every night. Sometimes it's the superstar AD, and sometimes he just goes ghost. And going forward, it has to. If he can play like this every single game, then the Lakers should take it.
And you know what? He should, because they're not the Golden State Warriors don't start a center. They don't.
Yeah.
And they don't double him either. So it's like you gotta be able to do it. You're not gonna have a game where D'Angelo Russell scores like 13 out of your first 18 points again. If that happened, well, you know what? It could, but it's so random. Like
it's random,
really
bro.
It's not gonna really happen.
He hasn't played like this is D'Lo's first like breakout game of the whole playoff. I mean, he had like one small game where he shot like a couple back-to-back threes in the fourth, but other than that, he hasn't played like this D'Lo. This was old school D'Lo, Nets D'Lo, bro. But make sure you guys hit that like button, subscribe, follow us on Instagram and TikTok at HoopsWorld0. We'll see what happens in this series, man. With the Lakers, it's gonna be. I think it's gonna go down to the wire, but we'll see what the Warriors do next game. I appreciate you guys. Make sure you guys hit that like button for us.